day today. This is life. Life's too fast. I feel like sometimes I live in a time capsule. With a time capsule, you know, like when I'm in my trading environment, just go into the trading environment, world's going on fast behind me. I come out, it's like, whoa, we've evolved. Things have evolved. Things have changed. Let me show my screen. Let's jump straight into this. I will give it a couple of minutes, but I'll just pull this up here now and we'll start talking about it. Because guys, to be honest with you, the way things are right now, it looks like we're going to be subject to regime change, a macro regime change again. And you're not going to want to hear it, but it just looks very likely right now. Extremely likely. Let me just pull this up here on my screens. Let's get the layout looking good. Here we go. There we go, baby. There we go. Okay, guys, be ready. We're going to give it 30 seconds and we'll start starting. I'm just pulling up all the chats here. But if you're coming through on X, if you're going to be watching this on X, or if you're coming through on the YouTubes, regardless, on X, make sure you head over to YouTube as well. Smash up that like button for me. Smash up, drop a comment if you want me to cover anything, any questions. No questions too silly. Don't worry, baby. Just let me know and we're here. So what we're going to do in terms of the structure of this, I'm going to go over the overview of where we're at right now in terms of the market news, the latest market news. Then I'm going to talk about what is sentiment in the markets right now in terms of this macro regime, to give you the foundation of what we're likely to see in terms of the tone, the direction heading into New York, and then obviously for the rest of this week, because we're at the latter stage of this week, end of this week already. Can you believe how is it Thursday today? It's time. It goes way too fast. I don't like it, man. It's just way too fast. So I'm just pulling everything up here and we're going to get started promptly. Moving forward as well, guys, what we're going to be doing, I'm working on trying to bring some industry experts onto these streams as well. I'm already working on that because it'd be good to have some nice conversations with people that have been in this game for a while, people that have come from even, like banking, institutional backgrounds, because they have a lot of inside knowledge on the way things are run, so on and so forth. And so, yeah, we'll get to that. Maybe this is a bit early for people. I don't know, but I'm keen to start this because London's the key, right? London starts. This is where everything starts. Okay, years ago, like before London lost its sort of financial status hub, and because of obviously, other areas became more competitive, especially on a tax level. And when Brexit occurred as well, everyone's like, "See you later." It just didn't make sense to be here in London anymore. So everybody took their business elsewhere, or the big financial institutions took their businesses and set them up in, for example, in Ireland or, wherever else. So, but regardless of that, flow, sentiment is still key here. Like for me on a daily basis, guys, by the way, Dixies look like we're going to be having a rollover here with all these dollar pairs and gold coming out. I ended up coming out of my gold longs, which we're going to talk about in a moment. I'm going to get onto my plays. That'll be the third segment of this show. So we're going to go over news. We're going to go over the regime sentiment, and then we're going to go over potential plays that I like the look of and direction today for a lot of these, for all the assets, broadly speaking. Okay. And then we're going to have Joel coming on. Obviously, Joel's quite a big liquidity trader. He trades liquidity, so he'll be coming on, giving his own 2 cents on where he sees things heading. And then, as I say, usually that would be after, in that final segment, a time when we're going to have a guest on. So we're going to be working on that for the London sessions. Here we go. Dollar's breaking out. Okay, let's talk about why Ken sees a macro regime change. Why are we potentially going to be rolling over for all of these, for the dollar pairs? Why are we going to be reversing these moves? So let's go over the news first. So overnight, we had some commentary out of Trump. So, right now we've got all this sensitivity, and one of the key reasons as to why the markets have been moving the way they have, why they've been choppy the way they have, is because obviously US and Iran. Okay, so Trump says US has total control over the Strait of Hormuz and might keep it. But then you've got complete contradiction coming out from Tehran. So President Trump obviously insisted the US has total control over the Strait of Hormuz, despite obviously shipping traffic through the key waterway dropping to a 1-week low amid escalation. Tehran remains resolute, pledging to continue its resilience against the US and keep the strait closed until all demands are met. So you see how there's contradiction. 2, there's still like uncertainty there. You know, these guys are tit for tat in terms of their rhetoric. So this everything. What I mean by this, it could just turn left again. Things could start turning south. Then, additionally, on a news flow front, we've got some fiery commentary coming out here, reportedly from the IRCG. Well, the IRCG have been given a task. Once this decides to load up, I think I've crashed out a little bit here for some reason. One moment, guys. Bear with me. We are coming back. So what we're doing, why this decides to load up, is I'm just going over the news flow, just any important news that I see in the morning from the first part of the segment. Then we're going to talk about what does that mean in terms of market tone. Where is market tone at? Where's market sentiment at? And then start working our way into plays for today. But it looks like, for some reason, I've completely crashed out, which is not ideal. This sometimes happens with this restream from experience, guys. Be back. Come on, we back, Ken. We back or what? Here we go. I think we're back. We're survived. Am I back? This is actually London session. Don't know why it says New York session up there. Yeah, completely crashed out. I don't know what's happened. I've definitely crashed. It's crazy. Yeah. We'll be back. We're back. This is not New York session. Okay, guys, I think I'm back. That was a bit of a nightmare. Okay, I'm definitely back now, guys. Just a little bit. I don't know what's happening. It's just crashing out at the moment. We just give me a couple of secs. Okay, here we go. Guys, sorry for that. Do you know what? I'm going to use this as an opportunity now to pull up some music here just while we're get loading back up. Okay, I think we're good. There we go. There we go. We're back. We're back. Here we go. Okay, guys, for anyone just joining, obviously, if you're just joining this beautiful London morning, good to see you. The whole point of this, doing the streams at this time was obviously to set the tone, because obviously London sets the tone. So you guys are aware, you're ahead of the game, you're ahead of the curve a little bit in terms of understanding the moves that we're seeing right now. Very, very good morning. I think everyone's still asleep. Everyone's still asleep right now, but if you are trooping through with us, well done. Welcome through. If you're watching on X, by the way, make sure you come through on YouTube and smash up that like button for me, okay? Smash up that like button. If we do end up getting enough people on board, end up getting enough people on board, we will be doing giveaways, okay? But I need to see more people on board. One sec, let me just quickly send something over to the team. Okay, guys, let's get into this again. So I'm going to quickly go over the news just so you can understand why we're potentially going to be getting some changes in market sentiment yet again. Okay, so US and Iran are going for tit for tat at the moment and claiming who owns the Strait of Hormuz. mixed messages right now. So this, given the fact that we were supposed to have a deal last Wednesday, this is uncertainty. Okay, this is definitely uncertainty. The fact they're arguing about who actually has control over the Strait of Hormuz. Then we had some comments here. IRCG apparently warning it's preparing for military operations on US soil following a new military doctrine tasking the IRCG to attack enemy in its soil, adding Iran will take operations into enemy territory, into the enemy's land, and carry out operations far from our own territory. That's according to the IRCG senior advisor, General Mohammed Reza Nakti. So I was saying yesterday, on a New York stream, I was explaining how Iran have stood on business really and truly. Compared, we're supposed to have the United States, who is supposed to have this massive military base and military capability, should I say, military arsenal. What they do, but they really under-strategized and underestimated Iran, because Iran have stood on business like they're freaking. We've got the US arguing over who owns the Strait of Hormuz. You would have thought heading into this that the US would have had that on lock, but they don't. They don't have it on lock. So there's uncertainty there. And then just also on a news flow front, we had comments coming out of the IRCG. The same guy, he's just saying that Iran to continue its war with the US for 2+ years until Trump's term ends in 2029. So fight talk's still there. These guys are preparing. They're calling it good experience. They're saying the longer this war lasts, it's more experience we gain. So with this going on and this whole situation with freaking the Strait of Hormuz, remember I said before, there's supply fears around oil. There's some serious supply fears with oil right now. Okay, markets are fearing that isn't enough supply. If there isn't enough supply, prices are going to do what? Price going to rise. Morning, if you're coming through. Catnip, good morning. AP Trades, good morning. Aaron, good morning, sir. Juk, Ebenezer, Neon Spark, let's go, my man. Morning. Where's everyone at, guys? Why is no one up this beautiful morning? Sun's shining over here. We had an eclipse in the UK yesterday. Anyway, back to this. So what this means for oil. Oil prices, if you look at oil, we're subject to breaking out again. Can you see how structure for oil remains intact right now? We still got this, obviously we had a breakout of this pullback structure here, big bullish engulfing, and now price action's narrowing. Okay, so oil prices are elevated, okay, with this all in mind. Okay, that's the news flow from overnight. Now, where are we at in terms of market sentiment? Market sentiment right now is a little bit nervy. Okay, it's a little bit on edge where we could have this. The reason being is because we could have this inflation trade coming back into play. This is why I'm on oil prices now, because oil prices, you can see, we've got a narrowing going on, subject to a potential breakout to the upside. We could eventually be seeing this and then push to the north. Okay, because there's a lack of supply. There's a lack of supply right now in oil. Okay, so with that is bullish for potentially for the dollar, okay, which we'll get onto. Now, just to recap yesterday's news flow, we had CPI data, right, which we were covering. Obviously, we were covering that during the New York session. And obviously, I was saying, like, this is, at the time, this is good for the dollar pairs, it's good for gold, but we caught a fade. We didn't follow through. Why? Because obviously, US and Iran's happening. We're supposed to have a deal last Wednesday. There's still inflation risks there. Then you've got these CPI numbers. Yes, they came out slightly cooler, but only slightly. Only slightly. And obviously the months were higher, understandably, because obviously oil prices have been higher. And you know how I'll say, like, we look at the core because it strips out the volatility of oil, but it's all still going to filter through in one way or another, because this, like, everything in your house, everything when you go out is just still, like, you still need fuel. It's still going to have an impact. It's still, businesses are still going to put a premium on their goods and services, because a war premium, because of all the uncertainty. So yeah, so higher oil prices going to be filtering through, still keeping inflation lightly sticky. Diesel prices are higher as well. So this whole inflation situation, whole inflation trade could come back into play. And that takes me onto the dollar for today and for market sentiment. Okay, it's very important that we look at the dollar index, because obviously the dollar index is shifting tone. If the dollar index is shifting direction, your likes of euro dollar, your GBP dollars are going to be changing as well. And I think that's what we're seeing at this moment in time. I don't think we're going to be seeing this downside pressure here that we once were seeing, okay, because of the US and Iran situation. So if you look here on the range, morning for anyone just joining us, by the way, we just covered the news. We're now going over market sentiment, okay, the macro regime. All right, so right now, dollar's looking to break out potentially of this range to the upside. You see how we are capped between 100 to the downside 99.50. We're going to look out to potentially break out of this range, and it's where I'm going to get onto in this next segment. I'm going to be going over the potential plays for today. I do think we're going to be having breakouts again for the dollar. It's crazy, right, guys? Hey, Rico Flo, welcome. Very good morning to you. How are we? I hope you're all well and truly lit. Yes. Good morning, traders. By the way, if you're coming into the stream, okay, if you're coming into the stream, I just want you to do me one favor. It's not a lot to ask. Just smash up that subscribe button for me. Smash it up. We're going to be here on a daily basis. Imagine that. As long as things continue to go well, and I see what I want to see in terms of you guys coming through, showing love, hitting up that like button, engaging with me, we'll do this. Okay, and as I said, the structure will be, we'll cover the overnight news, we'll cover market sentiment, the segment that we're on now, we'll work into the power plays, the potential plays that I'm looking at for today, and then eventually I'm going to be bringing on, if we get enough interest, what I mean, is why you need to help me to help you. If I am going to bring big players onto these streams, I'm going to need to see some more, love from you, and these guys are going to be sharing knowledge and value, outside of my own perspectives. So anyway, dollar looks like it's going to break out to the upside. Okay, look like we're going to break out to the upside. To be fair, try and escape this range. And you know what's interesting? It's like when you look on the weekly, we had this reversal candlestick here, right? Last week, we failed to break down this 99.50 area. Obviously, I know we're gapped here and we've filled that gap now. Look at that. If the candle ends like this today and Friday, ends the week with this bullish candle, next week, dollar's going. It's going to be drawn all the way back up to this 160.50 area. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Are you in line with that? Do you think that the dollar could recover now? Do you think that this could effectively still hold structure, and then we start going up here, boom, deal with this, boom, boom, boom? What are your thoughts in the chat? Let me know. Let me know if you are still a dollar bear or if you're a dollar bull. See this potential risk to the upside for the dollar. Now, if we take a look while we're on the dollar related, the flip side is obviously euro. Potential downside play there. Reversal, candlestick, bearish engulfing so far, closing that gap. See this gap here? And we're gapped on optimism. Okay, US and Iran. That's fading. That optimism is largely fading. If you go on the daily here for euro, we're potentially rolling over here. Like yesterday, we were talking about how if we break this zone down, this 1560, this could go clear. But this is a classic case of rolling over right now. Yeah, someone said, I see the dollar to the upside because the PPI number would be high. Yeah, so just on that point, right? We do have PPIs today, expecting producer prices to be higher. That's a very, very important note as well. If PPIs come in higher today, that will further help the dollar. And PPI is producers' prices. So all the goods that we're consuming as consumers is the producers that are producing these goods, their costs. And their costs are likely to be high. They're slapping premiums on a lot of the goods that we're consuming. So when you go over to euro, we've got a classic case of rolling over here. You see, we topped out. Okay, we had a bearish engulfing there yesterday. Bear in mind that was after the slightly softer CPI data. This is rolling over now. Okay, so let's pull this up. Let me just clear up my chart a little bit. But I'm going to get onto my trades in a moment. Okay. So yeah, when you look at this, if we go on a daily, first of all, you see this sort of price action here. When we start doing this, especially how we're failing, can you see how we're failing to break down 1560? Big rejections coming into play there, and another rejection there yesterday. You see, danger. And you can see obviously a key area of liquidity where we're at right now for euro, sort of protecting that just ahead of 15s. And it just looks like it's that classic rollover sort of type price action. Okay, we're going to go like this and then come all the way back down to that area of liquidity here at 1480. Let's see how we deal with that. And then we're going to see like something like this coming all the way down. And what that would look like if you go on a weekly, is anyone seen a short squeeze? This will look like a short squeeze. Let me see if I can get a short squeeze markets. Just want to see if I can get like a example here, just so you can see short squeeze. So basically everyone that was in on those shorts, on those short positions for euro dollar, getting squeezed out, and then the price comes all the way back down. So like here, look. So this is like, look, we had a squeeze breakout here, short squeeze zone, and the price comes back. Yeah, you understand? Same sort of thing here, like a short squeeze, and then price comes back. So it's basically squeezing out all the shorts that were in the market for euro dollar that we had, short squeeze, and the price pulls back. So I think this could very much be that short squeeze. You know, the big push to the upside, squeezing out all the shorts from all this downside pressure here. And then we roll over and come all the way back down to 1350. I see that as a possibility. It's going to be getting onto my trades in a moment, what I'm looking at today. But yeah, key area of demand here being taken out. As I say, keep an eye on the PPIs today. Now, let me pull up my trading terminal. Dollar and CHF bull. Okay, gold will crash. Neon Spark, I'm with you. I think gold's coming down. I had to come out, so that'll take me on to now. Let's bring up my trading terminal. Guys, we were enjoying the longs yesterday, weren't we? You know, when I was on the stream yesterday, I was saying, look, let's deal with this 44.35 territory. Let's deal with this. 44.40, heading 44.50. Let's break this motherfucking down. We couldn't break it down. We couldn't break it down. And I had to obviously swallow my ego, because if I didn't swallow my ego, you know, I'm just going to end up getting out at, you know, at SL. So obviously I managed to scrap something, but not what I wanted. And same with silver, I had to come out. This is really not what I wanted, bear in mind. You know, bear in mind this position was up, what? We were collective on these positions, we were up 5+K. And then we had to take, what, 1.5K? Peanuts. Absolute peanuts. So here's what it is. It could have been worse, as I always say. It could have been worse. And now what I'm looking to do is capitalize on potential shorts. Okay, I do see this is rolling over, taking a spanking, right? So yeah, we're going to get onto the trades in a moment, because this is execution time for me. Like usually for me, guys, you know, like how when we're in New York, you always see that whenever I cover New York, I'm already in positions, because this is my time to execute, baby. It's my time to execute. I usually like to execute here and walk away from the screens, but you guys bring me back in New York. Bring me back to my freaking screens. I'm joking, guys. I'm now shifting over anyway. Okay, I've shifted away from NY. We're going to be doing the London stream, as I explained, guys. A lot of value coming in to play in the London sessions with me, so make sure you're going to be tuning in. So yeah, what are we looking at for today? Let's start in terms of, let's get into the segment now of what I'm looking out for in terms of trade ideas. So if we go on a 30 minutes, see what's happening with euro. We obviously explained top down there. I'm going to get onto my other pairs in a moment, other instruments. Let me just clean this up. So what we've had here right now, you can see obviously potential volatility at the Asian range low for euro dollar. We've got a potential sweep. What we could see, and what I would like to see, is that one or two things. There's two potential playbooks on here. The first potential playbook is reverse, and we get the sweep up the Asian range high, and then look at shorts here. Once we get our, reversal bearish candle, and then we continue to the downside and roll over into 1450, 1470, should I say. The second potential play scenario that I'm looking at for is obviously we take out this liquidity here where we're at now. I'll just put a line there just so it's easy for you to see, it's cleaner rather than my messy drawings, because obviously my drawings are extremely messy. So, okay, I don't know why I'd used the ray, but it's fine. So we take out this liquidity here, especially, it's where the Asian range low is as well, bear in mind. We take this out, pull back in, and then the sells come into play. So it's either sells from up here on this Asian range high sweep, and we do this, or it may just sell now, break through, pull back and drop. But I would lean towards wanting to see this, the shorts up here. So this is a potential short play for me. So either short play on Asian range ARH sweep. Okay, Asian range high sweep. Or the other short play would be on Asian range low all right, sorry guys, Asian range low break / retest basically. So those are my potential plays for euro dollar today. Okay, so I'm going to keep an eye on this over the next sort of hour and a half. Like, yeah, between next hour and a half, I think we should get one of these coming into play. Also with gold. Okay, so gold, what am I looking out for? So gold has to, if gold wants to bounce, right? If gold wants to bounce, it has to hold this zone. Otherwise, we're going to run the risk of completely rolling over, same as euro. And this is why I came out today, because obviously these risks with US and Iran that are going on right now, just like, obviously if oil prices remain elevated, diesel prices remain elevated, I thought this inflation trade could just come back into play very quickly. I'm not liking this commentary at all, as I explained, as we went over in that news section. We've got fighting commentary between, discrepancies between who's actually running the Strait of Hormuz. We've got fight talk from the IRCG planning to attack the enemy in its soil. I don't like this commentary. And I just feel like, especially as we start heading towards the end of the weekend, fighting could happen again. So there is a risk today that gold breaks down this low, this higher low area, because this is the higher low. There's a risk that this gets broken down. If it holds, obviously fine, we can do this. But we're in crossroads right now. We're in danger zone. Okay, we failed to break the high yet. We failed to break down this area of supply. So we run the risk of breaking that down. So it'll be a similar to play to euro. Obviously, we've swept the low right now. I don't think we're going to be coming up to here. So it's not really totally similar to euro. I do not think we're going to be coming up to 44.50 again and grabbing liquidity at the Asian range high. I think that's quite a far way to travel. I think there's the play for me today would be that we break down, take out all these stops here, pull back in a little bit. We don't always get a clean retest. We could just dump, but that would be the condition for me to enter. Break down this liquidity, stops triggering into the downside, pull back and then drop. Now, how far do we drop if we do drop? Probably come back to this 4,100 area. Yeah, you see here, we'll come back. 4,200 first of all. Okay, we're basically just going to retest this range. Okay, and we could end up, if that doesn't hold, we'll fall back into this range and come all the way down to 4K. All right, so that's what I'm looking at today. But I need to see a breakdown, obviously, of this this higher low area. I hope that makes sense. So yesterday CPI coming out cooler. You were talking about dollar being a dollar bear. Has this flipped now due to the comments on the Strait? So Aaron, just to clarify, it's flipped because yes, there's right now markets, I believe, from what I've been digesting, markets are getting a little bit nervy because these guys are arguing over who owns the Strait of Hormuz, who runs business. And it's also these comments that this is getting a lot of attention. This is getting a lot of attention. These comments here coming out of the IRCG saying they plan to attack the enemy in its soil. So markets are not taking these comments with a pinch of salt. They're really taking them on board as potential risks, especially how we were supposed to have a deal last Wednesday. So that, coupled with higher oil prices right now, oil's up. We are consolidating a little bit at the moment, subject to breaking out. That is obviously all supporting the dollar. Okay, at this moment in time, it's forcing the dollar to hold ground. And like, if you look, there's signs that we're going to try and break out this range. And on a weekly, there's signs that this could be reversing. We've closed that gap now. Yeah, so that's why. And this is why, like yesterday or whatever, someone asked me, are these the toughest conditions of 20 that you've seen in a while? And I was like, yeah, 100%. 100%. A lot of people are having difficulty trading these conditions. Like, usually for me, a situation like that, I should, what was happening here would have been different maybe, a year ago or so. I wouldn't have had to question or rethink the longs that I had in play. But now I'm having to cut profits short. I'm having to come out of position short, because what we're not getting, as I'm sure you guys will see, what is going on here, is we're not getting really, really clean trends at the moment. Things are like, okay, we're breaking out, we're getting a trend here. Nope. You know? So this is the times that we're in right now, guys. We have to deal with this. That's why, yeah, you have to fucking deal with it. Simple. Simple. Anyway, what was I talking about before all that? I watched your podcast on words of wisdom, and I'm also a macro fundamentals and sentiment trader, excuse me. My time in the technical, so I'm here for the vibes. Come on, Rico. Yeah, I'm exactly, bro. Same here. Like technicals, for me, I say like macros are, the why we're moving and to give us a direction. The technicals are, how we're going to be entering into the market. That's it. They're both equally as important as each other, because if you're trading purely technicals, obviously you can trade purely technicals profitable. Of course you can. But you're trading them a little bit blind. You're trading them blind, and at any given time, for example, the amount of people that have come through to me, in my community or for mentoring, the amount of people like that were trading just technicals initially, like, okay, yep, placed in this trade that still haven't got used to the whole macro, in creating macros, placing a trade just before NFP. I'm like, dude, you do know NFP is dropping in the next hour, don't you? Like, and then it's when you're not aware of data, what's coming out on the calendar, or you're not aware of like the macro regime, where things could just take a turn and go against you. You understand? So it's very, very important to be aware of the macroeconomics. And in the coming weeks, I'm going to months, I'm going to be really, really showing you that, guys, with some of the people I'm going to be sitting down and talking with. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on right now. What else we've got going on in the chat, guys? Make sure if you are coming in, like button just quickly, because I know it's not going to be lasting for a long time. Sorry, I spelled markets wrong. I just want to bring this up and just remind you guys, or maybe some of you don't know, but E8 markets, right? I've been in a relationship with these guys for what? 2+ years. And the only reason I've been in a relationship with these guys for 2+ years is because the owner of E8 markets is, a good contact of mine. I've known him for years, and he comes from a trading background. He's an actual trader. He's an actual trader and is very much involved in the financial markets outside of this. So it's very important to note that when you're coming in and trading with, whether it's obviously broker, fine, whatever. But when it comes to simulated funding, it's very important that you're aware of the background of the owners, because there's a lot of shady practices in this industry, unfortunately. That's just, that not just in the prop side of things or simulated funding, signals, fucking you being missold, gurus, all that. It's so much mis-selling because people just are sucked into like the dream and they've got this dangling carrot. Let me make some money from trading. I can make fast money. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, where's I going with that? Solid conditions here. There's a code that you can use. If you're watching through my channels, use the code Ken, K-E-N. You know to spell my name in macro. If you don't know how to spell Ken Macro as one, then I can't help you. But you can obviously maximize the best discounts available there on across all accounts. If you're watching through E8 channels, use code E8 on your order. We've got at the moment E8 has 35% off 0 accounts and 20% off all other accounts. This will end soon, so I'd look to capitalize on it while it's here. And as I said to you guys before, I don't shield bollocks. The conditions are solid. I side by side it all the time because obviously I'm trading personal accounts and I'm trading E8 accounts, and the conditions are freaking on par. Sometimes where you're with certain providers, you get like slipped, or conditions are just crap. Solid conditions here. Okay, solid spread, solid conditions, very competitive. So it's just worth checking it out, and you can side by side it yourself and just see I'm not just chatting crap. Okay, so yeah, man. That's what's going on right now. Let's just take a look at silver, because obviously I've come out of those silver longs. Same sort of thing with gold here. Let me just remove this for now. I hope that we could one day revisit them, but it looks like it wants to roll over. So silver is obviously the baby cousin of gold, understandably. Say baby cousin. Silver had the maddest move last year, didn't it, on that bull run? Look at that. It's like a meme coin. Let's look at 2025 gains for silver. So silver 2025 gains 300%, which is insane. Which is insane for any asset unless you're a meme coin, you know. Incredible gains before obviously we topped out. But 300% in a year. That's mad. So I mean, it would be great to see that, you know, happening again, but it's just obviously with this whole US and Iran situation, it's just freaking, you know, it's putting a dampener on things right now. So this could potentially be rolling over against same sort of thing as gold, same sort of thing as euro dollar. We're just giving ground, potentially rolling over, coming back into these ugly ranges again. Okay, we could be getting some breaks of structure, you know, high, high, low, high, 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 low, high, high. And you're going to be giving ground on this sort of 64.50 area, and that'll just come all the way back down below 60 and back into this range. Okay, so that's why we're out for now. And I think today I could get some shorts on gold. I feel like we're going to be getting those, you know, and it would be great if I can get those shorts on gold. It's going to provide really nice risk to reward. If we end up getting them down here, that's fine. And even if we place stops above this high area here, right, leaving a lot of breathing room, we get 1.5, 1.6 are there. But then I think that if it does roll over, it will end up coming back within this range, back to the lower part of that range. Be drawn into that liquidity here, 4K, you know, which provides 3.25 R. So I like the look of that. I do like the look of that. So yeah, this is what's going on right now. It's everything that's going on right now, guys. Appreciate if you give me today an account, Ken. Oh, guys, we will run a giveaway, but we haven't got enough people in here right now. We haven't got enough likes being here. I see minimal likes. Get those likes up. Get your community. If you've got communities, bring them in the chat. Bring them here. Bring them to the stream. And then we can be doing more giveaways, right? So the euro potentially got this reversal candle here at the moment, just below the Asian range low. We might obviously swept, and we may come into the Asian range higher, above the Asian range higher, and then look at those shorts. Just watching this price action at the moment, guys, and I think that could get an entry opportunity there. I don't know who Steve is. Who on earth is Steve? Ken, how is Steve? You put a middle finger up to me. I don't know what that emoji is. I don't know who Steve is, bro. You have to let me know who Steve is. Never heard of him in my life. I don't think I've never known a Steve before. Yeah, fundamentals give you the directional bias, and technical gives you the timing. Exactly that. Damn right, Neon Spark. Inflation risk is definitely rising with these higher oil prices. But yeah, GU, in terms of GP here, obviously this looks like it's going to be rolling over as well. You know, when you really look at it, if we go on a weekly moment, ugly, ugly, ugly price action. Stinks. But we're faltering at this 35 area. We've come into this area of liquidity here at the 35.50 area. One sec. See here, this is really where the zone is at. Fake out, and you see the numerous rejections here. Okay, we've just had another rejection. So it looks like that's going to be traveling to the south. Okay, look at this. It's going to be drawn down into here, into 34s. Okay, this zone here, if we have a 4-hour zone, it'd be here. But then ultimately, there's no reason as to why we can't be coming all the way down to 33s. Yeah, back to here. These lows here. So looking bearish there for GP dollar as well. Super bearish right now. Guys, I'm going to go over to Minor FX because there's a couple of things on my watch list. Okay, number one, I said this yesterday. Let's keep an eye on Euro Aussie. Okay, let's keep an eye on Euro Aussie. Okay, I've crashed out again. Am I back? I think I've frozen. No! Guys, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Here we go. I'm back. Gosh, why? Why do that to me? Freeze it out. Okay. So I like the idea of Euro Aussie shorts. Now, why does Ken like the idea of Euro Aussie shorts? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, frickers. So, you know, rates, obviously in the Eurozone, this is like a classic follow the flow of money, follow where you can get the highest yield. So rates in the Eurozone are 2.4%. The ECB did raise rates a couple of months ago and have left up rates unchanged for now. Okay, they raised rates in June and left them unchanged last month. Okay, that's that. Now, if we go over to the Australian dollar in RBA, the Reserve Bank of Australia, rates are 4.35%. So you see all this is interest rate differential. Okay, so rates are higher in Australia, rates are lower in the Eurozone. So remember what we've said when we've got an interest rate differential. Money flow is more likely to head over to Australia in comparison to Europe. Do you understand? So this is why this is also one of the plays, not necessarily for today, because I think this is going to take a little bit of time. Right, but we've had this period of consolidation. Obviously, it topped out here. And guys, if you know on my YouTube channel, if you're not going on my YouTube channel now, go and watch the video at the start of this year. I can't remember what it's called. It's a video at the start of the year, and basically, I called the power play for AUD, the strength that we're going to have for AUD, and we saw it. So we've got this consolidation right now after all this fall, of all this bearish structure, and price action is narrowing. And at some point, it's going to break out to the downside. If we go to the daily, you'll see obviously price action is trending to the south, but we'll come down to the key area of liquidity around 63, 61, 50. It's like a big sort of 150 pip range, big block, where I feel like we could bounce here and pull back. It would be great to short somewhere up here. You see how we're respecting this narrowing pennant, this narrowing range, yeah? So it'd be great to come somewhere up here. Then I can have a little bit of more chance of rejection now. Leave stops above this high here. To be honest, I might even tighten them up. If we get those rejections there, I might place stops above this high here. And then I'll run it. This will be a swing trade. This will even potentially be a position trade because this will take some weeks. Because look, if you look from here to here, yeah, when we've had that bearish momentum from here to here, yeah, we've seen it numerous times in the past. Yeah, look, from here down to here. So that's why I'll be looking at that 55 into 54s. But this is patience, okay? This is why patience. Also, Aussie CAD. I spoke about this yesterday as well. This long situation remains on my cards. There's still a big divergence in rates between Australia and Canada. And the fundamentals in Australia are more solid in comparison to Canada. So, see here, consolidation, big breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, subject to another breakout. But I want to buy down here. I want to buy at 97.50 so I can get a decent trade coming into here to grab some liquidity. I can leave some breathing room probably just below where we've been wicking below, or maybe leave a little bit more on that, to be fair. Something like that, just below. Obviously, with these times we've tapped below, and then I'll be running this to the upside. I have two targets. I'll be conservative initially by coming back up for these highs in the zone at 99s, above 99s, but then I'll also run a position for the swing play, proper swing, into this next major area of liquidity, anticipating a breakout. Okay, following through, be drawn into here. So that's what. So these are all things. These are all swings. Obviously, guys, I'm naturally a swing trader. I find those nice swings because obviously different macros. Hey, what's happened here? Sorry, guys, one moment. There we go. So yeah, Ken. Sorry, it wasn't a middle finger. It's a twisted finger. Maybe I got a name wrong. The guy in the Ken Macro Discord, I was hoping to find you always stream with him then. Oh, Stephen, okay. Twisted finger, all right. I see what you mean now. Sorry, I was so confused. Yeah, we're good, Ken, good. Wait, what? Why did we go boom? I missed the boom. Oh, because I'm back. I'm back. Guys, I'm feeling these vibes. Guys, by the way, if you're coming through, whether you're watching on my YouTube, whether you're watching on my X or EA's channels, make sure you're hitting up that subscribe button or the like button, whatever that looks like. Smash it up for me. Smash it up for me, okay? It incentivized me to be here. 8 a.m. Vibes. Okay, just coming back to Euro moment. We're still not doing much around this Asian range low. You can just see we're consolidating. Obviously, we've had the sweep. The way in which this, like, it's like a reversal dragonfly candle here. Reversal dragonfly candle where we could end up pushing back to the high. Okay, it's just going on the 15-minute price action. See if we're actually seeing signs of rebound. Potentially here. Potentially. But yeah, those shorts up there would be nice for me. It's like we had a sweep at New York yesterday on the data, really. Look, because you know, whenever these sweeps are happening, the Asian range sweeps, if you're going to see them, you're going to see them at London. Okay, you're going to see them at London or you're going to see them at New York. All right, here we had the sweep at New York. Look, reversal candlestick, closure below, and then sales. Back down to the Asian range, back to the next area of liquidity. See here, this is the sweep that we're looking at. Sweep above the high, London, and drive down to the Asian range low as a bare minimum. You know, but the additional targets, so you're looking at the next major area of support. Obviously, this will be on the flip side as well. And you're looking at the bull case, you're looking for the Asian range sweep below the low to push to the high. But like, whenever, for example, here, when we're in a bullish structure, we want to see the sweeps to the low for a drive to the upside. Okay, obviously we're in a bearish structure, we're looking for sweeps to the high, we'll push to the low. Okay, so like this, and push. So, yeah, gold, giving ground. It's in trouble. It's in trouble. Gold's looking to roll over. Really, really looks in danger. Thank goodness I've come out of those longs. Thank goodness. I was disappointed though, because you know, yesterday when I was on stream and I was seeing this price action, I was keen to come out of here because I could see the signs of rejection at this zone. I knew obviously this freaking range going on. But you know, like in my head, I was anticipating this to just hold out, you know, pull back to a higher low and then carry on. But this is not looking good at all for gold. Not looking good at all. Okay, because of obviously all this. I think oil today makes a good long. Because where are we at? We're flat now in the day. Oh, gone. So what would have been nice? You see, like as well, oil does respect the Asian range. We get the sweeps as well. We get the sweeps like, so, you know, sweep of the low, push up. I mean, that wasn't the best one. Sweep of the high, push down. But now, like, we look to be breaking out this pullback structure. I think oil longs look nice, you know. I think at some point we are going to break out. You see, so let me just show you something here. Obviously, this is all King Mine supply. Let me just show you something, actually. I brought this up yesterday. Supply oil fears. I think the, come on, load up. Boom, boom. Sorry, guys, we're having some technical difficulties again. I've lagged out. We're coming into play. Here we come. Okay, so yeah, so here, look, oil rises as Hormuz, Bab and Dab attacks fuel supply fears. No, it's not what I wanted. Yeah, obviously the Strait of Hormuz is not open. It's the International Energy Agency yesterday. International Energy Agency, the IEA. They were saying that, where are the comments gone? They released a report. Can't see it. Yeah, global supply shortfall deepens. IEA sees, yeah, they see like a deficit in terms of oil supply. Yeah, they cut their demand forecast. That's it. They cut their 2026 oil demand forecast on Hormuz disruption. Oil supply crunch worsened despite wars demand hit. IEA says global inventories will tumble this quarter at more than twice the rate of previously estimated. So that's, bear in mind, this is a big agency. You know how you have like, central banks, these guys obviously are an agency, International Energy Agency, they forecast, they understand like oil flows, so on and so forth, and they're lowering their estimates. So that's oil positive. Less, because there's less supply outlook for supply is down, it's depleting, oil price is going to rise. You understand? Anyway, I felt like I was just talking about that for an hour. So I'm liking the look of oil longs, but maybe waiting for so look, we swept the high, maybe we're going to come sweep the low, come down for liquidity here, see this region here, and then I'll look at some longs today. Because what we've got going on here as well is, if you have a look, we've got obviously this pullback structure going on right now, lower highs, lower lows. It'd be nice to come back down here and look at longs in this sort of $82 area at around the Asian range low. I would like to see that. But let's see. Excuse me, guys. But it's looking bullish. It's looking bullish here for a breakout to the upside for oil today. And obviously that's going to be dollar positive, the inflation trade, Guys, any other questions? Watching on my ex. Who's your ex, Rico? Who's your ex? Oh, as in ex. Why did you call it ex? As in your ex-girlfriend. Supply down, demand up. Exactly. What? Yeah. Well, like if there's less supply in the market, if there's less supply, it doesn't necessarily mean that demand's going to pick up as well. Because if supply, there's situations where supply, they stop producing, supply's down, but demand's also down. Demand could also be down, when we have economic crisis, right? So if we've got no supply and no demand, those are typically an economic crisis where people just start tightening up their belts, and there's no need to be producing oil, supplying oil if we're in an economic crisis. You understand? But right now we have a situation of there's not enough supply, but demand's still there for oil, definitely, which will keep obviously prices elevated, right? This is all negative for gold, by the way. I wonder let's see, because yesterday probabilities for the rate hikes really dropped, but I assume they picked up again. I haven't checked that this morning. What? 36% still. Yeah, see, this dropped obviously 2 weeks ago. We were at 60% probability that they're going to be hiking in September, but now we're at 36% probability, which is obviously that's dollar negative, but I think this pricing will probably have to update itself soon. I think that will come up again, it seems, especially if PPIs today come in hot. Okay, PPIs today, 1:30 London time, 7:30 Eastern. Those PPIs come in hot, that probability will rise again. Okay, so keep an eye on these PPIs, because this could be the reason why dollar breaks out higher today. You understand? This could be the reason why dollar breaks out higher, gold rolls over, euro dollar rolls over, so on and so forth. But maybe we can see this sweep and get in the bounce right now. Good. Okay, so this is looking promising. And so guys, we may get my potential play for the Asian range high sweep. Okay, the way it's looking right now is we're seeing the signs of that. So sweep at the low, bullish candle on this following 30-minute above, and then potentially going for sweep Asian range high. Okay. Lucifer. Yeah, maybe there might be an old G word. There might be a word. We'll give it 30 minutes or so, and we'll see what numbers up to. If the numbers pick up, right? If you guys keep hitting up that like button for me, then we're all good to go. Okay, then we're good to go. But right now we're not. We've got 30 minutes. We could change the game. We could change it. Yeah, guys. when you look at charts like cleanly like this, it's on the MetaTrader, it does scream vulnerabilities here. Scream vulnerabilities. This looks like, everything looks like, yeah, just silver and gold there just looks like this wants to roll over. I'm going to bring up Euro here because we're going to be keeping an eye on that potential to come. Going to be keeping an eye on that sweep for potential shorts today for Euro. So that's on my watch list. I'll bugger off. Guys, whenever you come onto TradingView, MetaTrader, make sure you do this. Remove the grid and the tick volumes. Just so much cleaner. Time frame, I'm going to be the 15-minute to keep an eye on. So the sweep above here, basically. One sec. So sweep above the Asian range high. And then potential shorts. That is the high, wasn't it? 31, yeah. Okay, fine. 31, so sweep above and then potential put shorts coming into play. So if I was to take those shorts, it's going to look something like this. Hopefully it moves fast, but it's whether we get that commitment ahead of the PPI data. Usually with these trades, you can get tight stop losses on them. So in this case here, for example, the trade yesterday on a sweep, look, that's a sort of 12, 13 pip stop loss because you're placing it above that recent high and then you're targeting the Asian range low or the next low that you can see. Look, for example, down here would have been here. You'd have been looking in this range here. Like usually, you know, when you see a low, for example, like a low right here, look, that would have been hit anyway. Look, see 2.9R, really, really nice. So in this case, obviously, and you can have a couple of targets, obviously not financial bias, but you have the Asian range low as a target. But then also, as I say, you have another target looking for that next extreme low. Obviously, in this case, it'll be trying to expect breakdown of these lows and coming down to this area. See here, this next region of liquidity. So yeah, that's what I'm looking out for today. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if we can get that potential play coming in. Join us in the next couple of minutes. Little baby Joel. Got the vibes as well today, this morning. I feel like I'm at a beach club. Hey. Good morning, Jolie, baby Joel.
Morning.
How are you this fine morning, sir?
I'm good, my man. Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well. Just been breaking shit down. Oh, he's got a shirt on and that. Oh, hey, he's turned up for London session. My man's a banker. He's a banker. Oh, bro. Yeah, I was
just shirts yesterday, man.
Bro, is your mic 100% plugged in? I think it sounds a little bit strange. Just a little bit. Yeah, no, I think your mic's currently your computer at the moment.
It's my head.
Should be crispy now, right?
There we go, baby.
Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, bro, I was just talking to the guys before. I had to, obviously, I was in, yesterday, I was in gold and silver longs. I had to cut these short, both of these, because we're sort of topping out a little bit this morning. It looks like we might be rolling over today for gold and silver. So I'm out of these longs. I don't know what your thoughts are on the precious metal.
On gold or silver? So yesterday, I don't know what I was looking at on gold for yesterday, but we were in a Euro USD, or we were looking for Euro USD shorts, and that came beautifully to target 1 and target 2.
Should we have a little look?
As for gold, yeah, I'm surprised gold came up as high as it did, to be honest. But I don't know.
He doesn't know. Okay.
I don't know. I need to get onto the charts, man. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, go on. While you're doing that, I've just explained. I'm looking today. What I'd like to see is a sweep of Asian range high liquidity for euro. I'm keeping an eye on this morning. We've had a sweep of the low. I think we're going to be heading up to the high, grab some liquidity, and then resume to the downside, because today we've got US PPI data, and PPI data is potentially going to be coming in sticky. Potentially coming in sticky for producers' prices, so that could help dollar today.
Yeah, so everybody was speaking about that yesterday. Like, what's CPI? What's CPI doing? What's CPI doing? I said, Ken Bapp's going to do that in New York. So I hope you broke that down to them. Morning, Philip.
Yeah. Hey,
Mohammed Ken on the London session. Come on,
Yeah.
Ken's here.
So,
Told you guys yesterday. How's it been with sort of starting at 7:30?
weird.
Yeah.
No. To be honest, I'm like, at this time I'm at my desk anyway. Like this is as I said to people, when I come on New York, I've always got trades open because I execute in London. So this is my time where I'm at my desk. I'm digesting everything anyway, so it just makes sense to be here, right? I'm really me on New York is like I'm a forced figure on there, because no, not really. This is my prime time anyway. This makes most sense. This is where we execute. This is where we analyze. So it makes most sense, brother. If you want your drainage, you got your charts all up and that, Jolie.
Come on.
Did you see the eclipse yesterday? You managed to see the eclipse?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, but it didn't really I didn't see the full thing. It just saw part clips. Did it fully cover clips?
For you? So I checked ChatGPT and it said it was going to be 90%. Percent. It said it was going to be 90%, but yeah, did you not see my photo? Let me show you.
Yeah, I saw it on your story, but I didn't see it that well as that. And I was watching the whole time. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, but did you go to the park?
I saw it from my house. Like, it's right in front. Yeah. See that I didn't get that sort of view. Mine.
Yeah, but what time? What time were you there though? That's
to be fair. Look at mine. Let me show you mine. Yeah, that's mine,
bro. It's the same.
But it didn't fully cover though.
It's the exact same.
Yeah.
Well, look, they said it was going to be. Yeah, they said it was going to be. It was going to be 90%, but look, it was like what, 2/3 maybe 2/3.
Yeah.
But bro,
Yeah.
Hyde Park was packed.
Was it?
Packed, man.
Sunny as well, wasn't it? It was a
Absolutely
beautiful
packed.
day yesterday.
And then I overheard someone saying that they've gone to see it. Like, people go to see it basically because it means a new beginning.
Okay. Oh, well, it's the
Yeah, and
closure of the
eclipse is
Lions
like-
Gate. You know the Lions
What?
Gate. The Lions Gate.
What's that?
Oh, don't worry. I'll fill you in another time.
Is that some sounds like some Hollywood stuff, man.
Nah, man. Did you see any honeys yesterday? Is that?
Why am I wearing this shirt today, bro? I spoke to them and I said, look, I'm going to be on stream with Ken tomorrow. You guys should join. So I'm just wearing this shirt. So shout out to you guys that saw me yesterday. Come on.
What you got going on today, bro? What you got? Anything?
What are we seeing today? So EU guys, EU traders. Hey, Philip loves that. Morning, Ferdy. So EU traders, what were we looking at yesterday? Now, we'd seen this break towards the upside, strong push towards the upside. And then we were discussing that we had been creating buying. We marked out the fib from swing high on the 4 hour. So swing low to swing high. We got a rejection at the 618 we almost got a close and reverse here, but it wasn't quite a close and reverse, but we could see that we were getting some movement around the 618. We then pushed through the 618 at the 786. And of course, we saw this double bottom and this rejection specifically from this region. Now, what we were looking for ideally was a break and retest above this support. We were initially looking for sells here, but I said, traders, I want to see price push towards the upside. And in price pushing towards the upside, we would have loved to have seen a break retest, continue towards the upside, and then we come down and take this liquidity. But what we ended up doing was closing very, very bullish towards the upside, breaking our previous highs here, breaking this high, breaking this high. And as we got this sort of exhaustion wick in this region, this had created the selling. So it made sense that we needed to take out high 1, high 2, high 3, and not high 4. Why? Because that is where a lot of traders' TPs would have been. What are we looking for? Liquidity to be taken out of the markets, not put into the market. So it makes sense that we didn't come, first of all, to their first target up above this region, and then their secondary target up above this region. And once I'd seen a push towards the downside after this strong wick or strong candlestick, I sold from the original region that we're talking about, traders, above our high at 1.15497. And if I play what happened, what did we do? Took out our first target, traders. 15-minute target was here, just below this low. Oh, there's actually 3. There's 3 wicks here. So 1, 2, 3. But I held this yesterday, Asian session. I checked this before I went to bed. And we were rejecting, who was it yesterday that was speaking about this? Philip, I think you were talking about, that you were looking for a rejection from this region. And that's exactly what we did. We got a rejection. We started pushing back towards the upside without taking the full liquidity. And then we finally, look at this. Look at what we got here. Again, almost a double bottom, triple bottom, whatever you want to call it. Strong push towards the upside. Ideally, we would have wanted to see break and retest towards the upside here, accumulating more sellers towards the downside, but we didn't. We came down and took the LQ during the... Oh, this is a London session. Okay.
Bro, you've got your charts inverse, right? I'm not tripping out here.
No. No, this is normal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can inverse it. That would make more sense.
Wait, bro, what is going on?
I can inverse it.
Sorry, one sec.
Okay, this is normal, Ken.
No, you've got your charts in the inverse, bro.
Yeah, look.
Guys, I'm not tripping out. Joel has his chart on the inverse now, doesn't he? Right now. Euro dollar has not been... Wait, what time frame?
No, this was a sell, bro. This was a sell. Look at this.
Sorry, 1 hour. Sorry.
1.16200. Look at it on your chart, man.
I thought you were on the sorry, I apologize. I was tripping out there. I didn't realize what time frame you were on. Sorry, I thought you were on high time frame. Sorry.
30 says paintings, Joel. Ken, you know about those.
Come
paintings.
on. When the sun's out, obviously they're out. Come on.
Come on. So yeah, Euro USD was a absolute W. I closed 1.4 on this.
Nice. 1.4 what?
K. We talk money. Hey, come on.
You need the chain on with that shirt. You need the chest out and the chain, the gold chain. The bling bling. Hey.
He's here, man. Guys, are we dropping some likes? Are we going to get a giveaway today? That's the main question of the day.
That's it. Well, I said they got to step it up. We need to step up those likes.
What's our like goal?
Right, let's see what we're on right now. So on E8 channel, we are currently, where are we sitting at? Can you see?
Yeah, 9.
9?
On,
guys,
no, 13.
No, that's 4.
13 now. 13 now. 13.
All right. The 13. Goal is, well, I think I'm on for another 20 minutes. Joe, wait, what time do you run? What time are you here till?
9:30, bro.
Oh, yeah,
9:30, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you did a giveaway usually before you end. Or...
That's if the guys hit the like goal, yeah. But
yeah.
did we do
right,
one
what's
yesterday?
the goal then?
Yes, we did do one yesterday. We hit 20 likes. I want to see 30 likes this stream. And guys, if you're watching this on Twitter, you need to come to YouTube and like it on YouTube. Okay? Doesn't count.
Guys, go on. You
Everybody
heard
has
the
to be on
man.
YouTube. Come on. I'm wearing a shirt today, man. Take me seriously. I'm not messing around. Brilliant. I'm not messing around. Gold, yeah, gold. So I am going to invert this, Ken Bob.
What's that?
The gold chart, okay? Traders, this chart is inverted, so don't get scared. Originally, traders, so what I was hoping to see was the same on Euro USD and GBP USD, but it turns out they ended up pushing a lot further because they didn't have as much advertising in the London session than Euro USD had. But why are we seeing now this push towards the upside or inverted upside or downside? Because we have got this beautiful structure that is advertising towards the downside. Now, this is my golden candle. What is a golden candle? It's a candle that traders are actually entering and placing their sell or buy from. It's usually a candle with a wick or a close in reverse, something that you would actually want to buy or sell from. Now, structurally, we have been creating...
Sorry. Bro, just
Yes,
quickly interrupt you. Sorry, that golden candle situation. Well, how do you quantify that that's like significant sort of thing?
Okay.
It's out of interest.
So let's replay from this candle. Now, if I'm looking at the whole position and this candle, like, okay, another golden candle is this candle right here. It's essentially an exhaustion wick on a pullback, Ken. And you want to see structure breaks. So for me, we've had a strong push towards the downside with this rejection wick here. And then we had 1, 2, 3. This is a pullback, exhaustion wick. We've retested previous support that became resistance. We broke this low. This for me is a golden candle. So what am I expecting traders to do from this exact candle? It's to sell. It's to place a sell position from the inverted charts is what we're looking at. Or if we go to the main chart, then traders are looking for this buy because it's an exhaustion wick, right? We're hoping that the trend is going to change from this specific candle. So golden candle here, number one. We had a break of structure. We've seen high lows. We've seen lower lows. We've seen high lows, broke structure. Again, break and retest. Golden candle here. We came down, broke this major low yesterday at the New York session. And this is where I saw the accumulation towards the upside, or where I see it. And if you are selling from this region, from this golden candle, where are you placing your stop losses? At 4382.92. Now, what did we see throughout that session? We get a 50-minute break here. Yes. Okay, beautiful traders. So on the hourly, we got a wick, but on the 50-minute, we got this break of structure. So this is the third break. So we had number one, we had number two, we had number three, 50-minute break. Price looks as if it's going to continue in the upwards direction or inverted downside. We had some selling in this region from this area of advertising. Where is liquidity going to be? Above this high. So SLs/LQ placed above this high. Traders got taken out there. Now, if we want to continue seeing this push towards the downside, downside or inverted upside, traders, we want to see accumulation. We want to see advertising in this region. We've already got a golden candle. So if we continue getting this, we potentially get a rejection from this high, see clear selling, okay? Clear rejections, clear selling from this region. Where do we expect price to go? Not in this region, traders. Not towards 4,500, but towards our next high, which is above this region and above this region. So that's exactly what we saw on Euro USD traders. If I'm inverting this chart again, we got a double top at the 786 fib. We got some selling at the 618. We got a big push towards the downside, breaking 1, 2, 3 lows. And then we came up and we've taken this LQ. So advertising, liquidity. Advertising, liquidity. Seems like we will break through this region on EU. Seems like we're building our next level of liquidity.
Well,
above this high.
Wait.
Yeah, so if we're getting rejections from... Sorry, Ken.
No, I was saying, are you expecting further downside for Euro?
Yeah, so we have got a close and reverse now. If this closes in 13 minutes at this region, we're clearly at this level of resistance and we're respecting it. I would love to see coming into the sort of end of the London session is a break below this low. Yeah, again, actually, I think it's a similar sort of entry. I don't know. Are you looking at EU or was it gold?
Yeah, EU, I'm looking. Well, they're both on my watches today. Like, yeah, EU, I'm just looking to take out, grab some liquidity above the Asian range high today, which is like around probably anywhere from 15.30 up towards sort of 15.35, 40. Maybe not. We might not come as high as 40, but yeah, just waiting for that sweep.
I'd love to see that. Yeah. I'd love to see that. So we've got this low here. If we can get a break below, again, break and retest, looking as if we're going to push towards the downside. We've already got this rejection above this high. We've now rejected it in the London session. If we can get this break below this low, looking as if we're going to push towards the upside, then I would love to see that. And then I would be looking to sell in this region if we get that break of structure. Great. But I don't want to see these highs getting rejected.
Yeah. Why, bro, just out of interest, why do you like putting the charts inverted? Why is that? For what reason?
I don't want to look at a different structure. So essentially what I'm looking for is advertisements, right? I'm looking for where traders would be buying or selling from. We've spoken about that a bunch of times. Now, if I'm looking at this structure and I can clearly see from, the structure, we're getting rejections, we're getting double tops, we're getting breaks of structure. So for example, we get this low, we get a fib 618, for example, here, or even a 786. We've got this high, we've got this low. This is where I'm looking for advertising to be. Yeah. So I only want to see this. For example, we get the high, we get the low, we get advertising, and then the move that I actually am trading is this move here. So this green leg is the move that I'm trading, but I'm looking to see advertising accumulation in this region. Now, it's the same with Euro USD. So we were looking for specific signals. We had this high, we had this low, we had all of this accumulation, we had a double top, break of structure, then we took the LQ. So exact same as this. Now, I don't want to train my brain to see two different ways of this. I just want to see one. And that's why I invert the charts. So if I inverted this, is it going to work with the drawing? Yes. I don't want to see buyers. I only want to see sellers. So I can train myself instead of seeing... let's go inverted. Instead of looking for advertising, so instead of looking for this and this, I'm only looking for one direction, which means I invert my charts. So I can practice on repeat the same structure without looking at the market in two different ways. I think it's a lot easier for traders to sell. I think majority of traders look for entries where price is sort of moving against them, or on pullbacks, for example, to get the next leg towards the upside, next leg towards the downside.
Yeah, fair, man.
So yes.
See. Joel, I'm just going to take the screen a moment. I'm just going to answer a question from someone, which is quite a valid question, senor. Just and then we can switch back to you, baby boy. Let me just quickly. Okay, Bosh. Yeah, guys, just quickly, because it's a very good question. Someone basically just said to me, which news sources do I use in the morning? Now, obviously, as I said, like if you want to turn up for the live stream in the morning, obviously I'm going to be doing it at 7:30. Like right now, because we didn't have as many people as we should have first thing in the morning, but maybe because guys weren't warned, or maybe you're still asleep. So maybe I'll start a little bit later. But in the morning, I'll be going through obviously all the news sources that I go through, right? Covering the market overnight news, then what that means for market sentiment, like what we're looking at for as I shaped up sentiment this morning, then going into the trades, the power plays for today, which we've done. But like one of the key sort of news sources that I like to use is if you go to .com and click when you're in trading economics, click news. Okay, and then what I do is I come here. This is like I'll scroll the X feed as well, but I'll scroll this feed like this, just looking through, seeing what's of interest. For example, say this was gold, it would be like gold falls because of X, Y, and Z, and then you can click into it and understand what's going on, you know, and you're finding all the pieces that are relating to you. So gold, for example, pulls back ahead of PPI US data. Let me understand what these guys are saying. Investors adopted a cautious stance ahead of US producer price index for further insights of recent price trends. You know, so it's just understanding sort of what are the macro regimes, what are the talking points right now that potentially are being considered by, you know, traders, institutionally, retail level, whatever. Markets now see a chance of 40% high. So like it's going through here, so clicking through and then understanding market tone. Then obviously I'm heading over to X. And I'm obviously, for me personally, I follow some friends as well, but I follow accounts that I want to follow that I know can post some good news. So I'm scrolling through the X feed as well. I will check obviously accounts that I'm following, but also the For You page. Okay, checking For You page and just seeing what people are talking about. Usually, when my For You page, if I click on something around US and Iran, then I'll get loads of US and Iran content coming up. So checking X feed as well, see if there's what people are talking about. Obviously, there's a lot of fake news on X as well, but I get a lot of my news. As I said, I've pulled up a few things today from X, just talking about in terms of the fighting talk coming out of the IRCG, saying that the war could go on for years. You got the Hormuz letter here as well. These guys are posting good stuff. Iran warning they could prepare for military operations on US soil. So it's not like just, like over the years, you got to remember, I've done this since I was 18. And my job was to go through all this news before the European Open, before London Open at 6 a.m. Between 6, 7 a.m., I'd have to skim through shitload of sources. So now I'm just at the stage where I know the places to look and I know how to quickly scroll through, just I read it and then I know what to look for basically. So you'll get to that stage. But yeah, that's what I would suggest. Yeah, baby boys, baby girls. By the way, sorry, just before I hand it back to Joel, I'm really, I think we're going to get this today. I'm quite confident that we're going to get this sweep. So we swept the low. We're coming up to the high here. This is what I'm looking out for in terms of play today, imminently. We want to see those signs of rejection. We're going to get that very soon, actually, it looks like. So I want to see that sweep above the Asian range high. And then we're going to be looking at placing shorts where my stop loss would be. Like you saw here, it will be above the high. And then I'm going to be targeting the Asian range low. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at the lows of the day. So that's the play coming on the cards. Jolie, you can back to you, sir.
Hello. Kim, sorry, you're looking at EU today?
Yeah, I'm looking for the EU shorts today, and I'm looking at gold shorts today. Yeah, baby boy.
Baby boy.
Shorts.
We like shorts. Love it, man. What's that, Simpsons?
Yeah, but it's obviously a song. It's Beach Boys or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, it's from The Simpsons. Who wears shorts?
Oh, the 8 a.m. London session. The brain cells have gone out the window, man.
Bro, do you have coffee before you come on stream?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's my lifeline.
I smash up a whole one of these. This is probably like, I think this might be a litre of coffee. I think that's a litre of coffee that I drink every morning at this desk. Like, and then I'll have more later. That's a whole litre.
A litre?
A litre of coffee, bro.
Let me see
1 litre. Look, it's the size of my head. Bigger than my head.
Goodness me. Bro, you must be
my head.
You must be pumped up, bro. You must be fired up.
Honestly, it's not enough.
Listen, I have this little tiny cup. It's like a shot.
That's not enough.
It's like a double shot. It's double shot. You're drinking about 6 shots in one, man. I love that.
Yeah.
No, I need to get one of those. I remember growing up, and that's always what I woke up to with my dad. He'd always have just a big one of those and just pouring it in. Cafetiere.
Yeah. You know, it reminds me, there's like, so in the morning sometimes, like obviously with my kids and stuff, but like there's this episode of cartoons. It's called, there's this program back in the day called, was it Dexter? You know, Dexter's
Laboratory.
Yeah, and there's this episode. So I have to bring it up really quickly because just while we're talking about it, it's actually hilarious.
Go on.
One sec. Basically, let me just quickly share my screen again, guys. Because if you ever watch this program, if you're part of this era, man, amazing. If you're not, guys, you missed out here. One sec. So look, Dexter, parents, coffee, and basically this is me. Yeah, look, it's like there's no coffee. The dad wakes up. It's like, no,
wait, mate. We don't see it. Hang on.
Oh, one sec.
Go on, reset it.
Right here.
Let's see.
Look, he's looking for coffee. Like, who's drank all the coffee? Where's the coffee? Coffee! He's shouting at the kids. That's like me. Like, who's taking my coffee? He basically like just dead. And that would be me. Like, I would have a breakdown. He said, "It's none left." Oh man, that would literally be me.
You'd be out to the shops, all right?
Yeah, no. Well, that's what I do. Whenever the coffee's out, I'm going straight to the shops, straight to the local co-ops. Get that coffee in, bro. It has to be done. Can't go a day without it.
Yeah, man. Coffee is a lifeline. Do you know what? I thought my coffee machine was broken this morning, and I thought, wow, this is going to be a interesting stream if I've woken up with no coffee.
Yeah, for sure.
Traders, are you a coffee people, or are you a non-coffee people?
I reckon there'd be some yerba mate people in the house. I used to drink yerba mate. Yeah, it's very good, bro. It's
like matcha.
You're gonna get. No, it's not. It's like it's tea leaves. Yerba mate is tea leaves. Try it, bro. It's really nice. At first, it's like a bit of an acquired taste, but you get used to it. And I actually switched for a good 5 months away from coffee, and I was drinking yerba mate instead because it's better for you.
Is coffee bad for you though?
Well, in the quantities that I drink, it is probably not too much. 1 or 2 cups a day is actually good for you in terms of coffee. If you're drinking proper coffee, not instant coffee, obviously. If you're drinking proper coffee, then it's generally seen as good for you. So I think it's good for heart health and stuff as well. But like the extent that I drink it at, when I don't need it as much as I drink, not good. That's why I'm always moving like this, on the move.
So Ken, my next question is, do you then have another pot of coffee before the New York session?
No, do you know what? Well, so basically for a year, bro, I've gone off it now because I've heard some horror stories, but I would always have, like, for my New York session, like, I had it yesterday, actually. I don't know why I said I got funny. I'm lying. I'd get the big ass Red Bulls, bro.
Oh, for London.
For New York, I'd have the big Red Bull. So obviously I'm drinking my whole coffee in London.
But you're done after that. No more coffee, right? There's no more coffee.
Well, you say that. If I'm really tired, then I'll drink it. I'd have to have more. Simple, bro. But anyway, I'm calming down on caffeine. I need to calm down. I'm definitely not drinking any more Red Bull. That's it. Finished. No more. Gone.
Philip says I don't drink coffee. It's too bitter.
How do you think?
Just give it more time, man. Give it more time. Your taste will become acquired.
Yeah, man. Become a coffee connoisseur. All right.
Traders, if you want a giveaway, drop in a 1 in the chat today, please. A 1 in the chat. I need to see everybody dropping a 1 in the chat. If you're on Twitter, drop a 1 in the chat. If you're anywhere else, drop a 1 in the chat on the E8 Market stream. I need to see everybody.
All right. Joe, I'm going to be wrapping it up. We're going to be leaving you to the stream.
Man.
I said
No,
to
of
people,
course,
though, in the we're going to work on it. We're going to try and get some guests. So on these London sessions in the morning as well, let's try and get this London session popping, absolutely popping. So yeah, going to be working on that. But other than that, yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I was saying that to the guys yesterday. I think there's a few different ideas that's floating around. Angel was talking about, you know, quizzes, competitions. Maybe we run something on the London session, man.
Yeah, man, we have to bring some value. But yeah, guys, I've got my other job to take care of this morning, which is crazy kids. So I'm gonna go and take care of that, and then I'll be back at the desk. But Joe, catch you in a bit, my man.
Ken, enjoy, my man.
Much love, bro. Speak to you in a bit. Peace
Speak to you
out.
soon. Ciao, ciao. Right, so traders, let's go through what we had yesterday. So Euro USD was one of the trades that I was looking for. Again, we've smashed this target. Both targets were smashed, which was beautiful. Let's go through the rest of the pairs. Now, gold, I was hoping that we were actually creating some buying, traders. I really was expecting that we saw, you know, buying from 4.370. I was hoping that we were going to see some buying from 4.389, but we didn't, traders, and we actually ended up taking out this high. Now, I wasn't too sure on gold because of the structure that we got. It wasn't clear like Euro USD. It was completely different. We had different structure. We were still accumulating some sellers in this region. You know, break and close and reversed here. And then we did get a break and retest, smash this high. Now, traders, it made sense that we've now changed the direction on this. We got one break towards the upside, we came back down, and we got this secondary break towards the upside. This is typical when you're seeing a change of structure. We've got two liquidity sweeps, so to say. So we broke above it first time, broke above that 143 level. We came down, broke the structure. What are traders looking for from this region? Sells, right? They're looking for sells during the Asian session last night. We then went as if we were going to push towards the downside. Okay, we looked as if we were going to continue, but what did we do? Took out this secondary liquidity above this high, and then we finally made that move towards the end of the Asian session. Surprised how much this moved in the Asian session, actually. Let's go to the inverted chart. Makes a lot of sense. So break of structure below this low. Low broken. Lower high. Again, more lower highs. At this region, our golden candle was here, traders. First LQ taken. Now, what we want to see on gold today, and we can break straight through it now, is, of course, this rejection either from this high or from this high. If we're seeing a close and reverse, so what do I mean by a close and reverse? If we're seeing a candle structure like this, bullish candle, bearish candle, it engulfs the bullish candle. We want to see that around this region. So rejections, we want to see something like that above this high. If we can get that, traders, I would be more inclined to look at 143.16, but we'll see. Euro USD, again, Ken and I are both looking for the same trade on this. I want to see a break below this low at 15300. Come up, retest, look as if we're pushing back towards the upside, rejecting our low here. And then we come and take out this final liquidity at 1.1500. So that would be what I'd be looking at for Euro USD. GBP USD, what are we seeing here again? I didn't see enough for us to drop without taking out this high, right? So if we'd broken, if we'd not broken this high, if we'd created rejections from this region, we did break this low, but we broke this high, and then we started to create a little bit of buying. Traders, I said to you guys yesterday, we were creating a little bit of buying. What I would have loved to have seen would be a push towards the upside, not quite taking out this high, and then we came down. But our trade was on Euro USD anyway. We found a better structure on Euro USD, but we did end up breaking up that high. Now, does this look like selling to me? Potentially. This is not quite a golden wick, but this does look like selling to me in this region. So it makes sense that we did pop above this high, and then we broke this low. So what did we do in this region, traders? We did both. We completed both. All right, we broke the liquidity above this high, and we neutralized the liquidity below this low. All right, so this market is neutral. What we can see is now we have broken the structure. Have we broken this low? Yeah, okay. We have broken this low, and we're getting a bit of a break and retest. Ideally from this structure, we are seeing that we've broken these lows now. We're looking at this break and retest of the structure. Traders, where does price look like it's going to go now? It looks like it's going to continue in this direction. We've broken the structure. 15-minute chart, we've broken it. Hourly chart, we've broken it. Oh, this is nice, actually. Wow, traders. It's really good. This is beautiful. And it's important to see. So what is this? Close and reverse. So we've broken through. We've closed through. We've reversed, rejected our 1.4539 level. And we look as if we're continuing towards the downside on GU. So traders, what would I be looking for? Micro targets above these highs. I wouldn't like to sell. So LQ/SL. Let's go red text above this high, 50-minute. Now traders, if we get more accumulation before the New York session, what do I mean by accumulation? Advertisements, right? So we're continuing to reject this region. You're based on the structure, you're wanting to sell. Based on what we're seeing, you want to actually place a sell on this. Now, if we're continuing to see that coming out of the London session into the New York session, traders, I would be targeting 135,400 and 134,980. So these two highs here. This is really what I would expect, traders. Once we're above those highs, then we could potentially continue in this direction. But until then, I want to see that LQ being taken out. Traders, this is one of my favorites today, actually. It's one of my favorites. Why are we spamming ones in the chats, guys? This is a while ago. It's a while ago. Okay, Aussie dollar, same thing, traders. So look, gold moved. This makes a lot of sense, right? Now gold moved. We broke this high. Gold did it. Euro USD did not do it. Okay, Euro USD didn't do it. That was the one trade that we were looking for based on the advertisements that we were seeing. GBP USD, again, it wasn't very clear, traders. So it made sense that we came up. We breached the high. Aussie dollar did the exact same thing. So it broke the, I'm going to call it the NFP high because it was pretty much the high that was printed after NFP. Now that was because this wasn't as clear, but this was clear towards the downside. This was clear that we were creating, potential selling in this region. Now, most of the majors moved the same. I mean, how they all move and how they all accumulate or place, for example. Now, to look at this from this broke this low. Important to see. We created a lower high, and then we started pushing towards the downside. Now, what does this do? Accumulate trade. Right? Where would you place your losses if you sold this breakout towards the downside below this? You place them above this high. We change the structure because we broke above this high. We then created this lower high. Sorry, high. The secondary high low in comparison to this region. Where does price look like it's going to push? It looks like the downside. Created buying in this region. And my PC is not having fun in this heat. And LQ is taking. Bold from. Guys, my peep, sorry. Just check the stream quality. Is everything? Yeah, it's okay, right, guys? Sorry, my PC is, when it gets hot, my PC does not like heat at all. Philip, where would I be looking for shorts from? Now, if we can reject this high, reject this low in any sort of capacity. So if it's close and reverse, if it's double top, whatever. If we came up, we came back down, rejected it twice, then started pushing towards the upside, I would be looking for shorts, probably around 400 or 390. That's ideally where I'd be looking for. Yeah, it should be better now, Philip. Should be better now. Ken's gone. You missed him. He's here from 7:30 until 9. 7:30 until 9. What else do we have for today? Morning VIP lobbies. Morning, my man. New Zealand pairs. See New Zealand dollar. Wow, okay. Who was looking at VIP lobbies? Who was looking for Euro New Zealand dollar yesterday? Who was it? This was really clean. Look what's happened on Euro New Zealand. So high created this low. Okay, beautiful. Lower high rejected. Nothing had broken above this high. So we got secondary rejection, third rejection, broke a structure below this low, broke a structure below that low. And then what did we see here? Accumulation towards the downside. Price really looked like it was gonna continue folding over, continue in the trend that we had created. And finally, look, traders, What did we get from our high above here? Rejection. Yeah, man. I said, watch out for this breakout. Watch out for that. If we had got this rejection from this region, if we'd created a double top or more rejections from this area, then I would expect that this went a lot further. Now, this is a better place to buy from. This is a much better place to buy from. Remember, we were talking about catching a falling knife, right? We've got this double bottom here. It looked as if we were going to rip from... Yeah, traders, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We can all see that. We can all see this. Structurally, this looks very, very bullish. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Exactly like this. Right? When it looks bullish, what do we want to do? We want liquidity to be taken in the opposite direction. We're looking for those advertisements, traders. So where would the first level of stop losses be? Below our low here. In the next breath, price literally came down and engulfed that candle. We looked as if we were still going to push towards the upside, and then we just smashed it in the Asian session. Perhaps Euro New Zealand goes back to retest that broken resistance level. Yeah, so Philip, if we see this, I'd be looking for this to continue towards the upside. But this would be a good place to buy from. There's just no reference of how far this could go. That's what I don't like. There's no reference. We would need accumulation on the lower time frames. So we need to see the 1 hour or 50-minute. We need to see accumulation here, selling in this region. Yeah, did you catch that Euro trade yesterday? Yeah, man, we're here. London session, bro. London session. We are here. Best session to trade, by the way, guys. Really sets yourself up. I feel like in New York, if you lived in America and you're trading New York, you kind of wake up to all the chaos. When you're in London, you at least have the London session to settle. Then you have that little break in between, and then you have the New York session straight after. Yeah. Anyway, you're New Zealand dollar traders. We'll look at this tomorrow. This won't do anything today. We'll look at this tomorrow. I mean, even slow here. I don't like this double bottom. I don't like that. I really don't like that, traders. strong bullish candle. VIP lobbies, that was all you, man. Nah, brother, you entered that, bro. You entered that on your own. I just gave you the knowledge, But this was beautiful, man. This was really, really, really textbook. And I love that we respected this 786, created a double bottom on the hourly and on the 4 hourly. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look at this, traders. Look at this. Look at that, traders. It looks super bullish, right? That looks really, really bullish. Okay, we had 1, we had 2, we had 3. Three pushes towards the upside. We had a very, very strong candlestick. We had a very strong candlestick. Where does price look like it's going to go, traders? It looked as if it was going to go towards the upside. This is what we wanted to see, and this is why we didn't sell so low. This is why we didn't sell so low. What did we do? Took out that LQ. We're getting on gold. Yeah, we've got an hour and a half to kind of relax around this region, which I don't know if we're going to do, but I'd love to see that. I think we could see a little bit of buying. Little bit of buying, and then we end up closing above this high, or even a wick. That would work too. A wick towards the upside, so maybe we close half of this candle, start to push towards the upside from the 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. candle to New York open candle, and then we continue towards the downside. That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. Now we have got a double top on the 4 hour here, but on the hourly, we've got a break of structure, right? So 4 hour break, double top, 1 hour break of structure. We need to confirm on multiple time frames. Amazing discipline from you yesterday, even though you thought about entering on stream, smashed it. Thank you, my man. Yeah. So part of a trader's journey, part of the lessons that you need to learn as a trader is to sit on your hands and wait. The markets will do it. The markets will do it. And also, if you make the mistake a million times, then eventually you'll think to yourself, okay, I'm not going to enter anymore. And that's what's happened to me. VIP lobbies, I've entered at those places and got stopped out and thought, why didn't I wait? Why didn't I wait? If XAU does that, where do you place your SLC? Now, this is the problem. It's not going to be a great risk to reward, but that's what we have to battle with, to be honest. I really need to assess once we get up to that region. But ideally it would be 4-4-4-3-5 ideally, which is not great, but then this can run, traders. This can run. So let's say short position. What are we looking at? Sorry, traders, let me see this. What are we looking at? So double top, get the rejection. Okay, ideally, like conservative entries on this. are around 4.392. Yeah, it's about 2-to-1 traders. Not even. I'd be patient with this one. Yeah, not even. Traders, I'm looking for something like this, but only if we get this rejection from our region at 4.369. Only if we get this rejection, a double bottom. It needs to make sense. We can't just come up and enter it now. It needs to make sense, traders. It needs to make sense. So yeah, traders, that's what I'd look for. That's really what I'd look for at 4.368. Can we see a close on the 4 hour here? Great. Then what's the second part? We want to see a close and reverse. So traders, a candle that will engulf this 4 hour candle. We want to see rejections. We want to see buying being created here. That's what we want to see. Euro USD traders, yeah, again, this fantastic trade. I'm happy about this yesterday. We went through this yesterday, so watch yesterday's stream if you want to see what I was looking at on Euro USD. GU, okay, we've created a little bit of buying in this area here. It makes sense that we come down now, take out this, which we've just done. Fantastic. All right, GU's done. AU traders, what did we see? Break towards the upside. Let's remove my drawing. Break towards the upside. I think we're was LOR. Rebound again, what happened? Yeah. Sorry, man. I'm confused. Let me see the likes. Let's see how many likes we got. No traders. We only got 17 likes. Cannot do a giveaway with 17 likes, traders. It's a nice push on EN. It's a really nice push. Okay, traders, I'm gonna call it here. I will see you all tomorrow. Ken will be here at 7:30. I will be here at 8:30, running it all the way till 9:30. Traders, I hope you've had a beautiful session. Gold is the trade for what I'm looking for. We've already started to see that rejection, guys. That's great. Remember what I said, 4 hour, 1 hour combination. I want to see this rejection. We're looking for shorts, traders, on gold. So let's update. I'll update you tomorrow. That is me done, traders. See you all tomorrow, guys. Peace.